Well, hello there, everyone. Um, I don't even know how to start this because I kind of took a massive break from YouTube because, first of all, I'm just jumping right into it, so you guys don't have to be so pissed at me, maybe. I had a big exam in March, not March, May. I had a big exam in May that I needed to study a lot for. Which does not mean I won't have a May wrap up of the one book I read. Shh, spoiler alert. I'm not gonna tell you what book it is. I'll probably record that video with this one right after this one because I'm planning on recording 3 videos in one sitting, so that's gonna go great. But I'm back after a lot of mishaps. The audio in the last 2 or 3 videos that I pre-recorded and didn't work, so I had to delete them, and then my editor program crashed on me in the middle of a video, and so I kind of took off another week, and here we are. So now I guess I will show you one of my finds that I've been using for like once or twice because it just came in and it's book related, so I gotta show you. It's a book lamp. It's like you put it in here, like that, and it's a book lamp, and it just lights up 2 pages. It's so cool, and it's stretchy. I just love it. Sorry, I'm living for this. I don't want to blind anyone, so I'm just showing it like this. Yeah, that's what I got. And sorry for my hair. I literally came out of the bathroom a few minutes ago because I need to wash my hair. And it's not looking great, but I don't have the time to dry it or let it air dry because that's what usually I do, so I guess we have to deal with it. Also, I don't know if it's very visible, but my glasses are new. These are not the computer glasses I've used before, and you can see the when they're reflected in them, sorry. But these are just normal glasses in the way that it has just normal glass in them. So I can look nerdy without just putting my eyes through a computer glasses lens kind. I actually just love wearing these, so I'll continue it. So let's get into the actual wrap up. I read 3 books in June, and the weird thing is, you'll see that the ratings go in a particular way between these 3 books, but let's start with the first one I read. And it's Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, the second book in the Lunar Chronicle series. I give this 2 stars. Now, I did have like an uncomfortable amount of reading notes because I started doing that too towards May and June. And well, mostly it consisted of, I'm sorry, I can't speak today. It consisted of the main character being incredibly stupid, and I was just raging on that. And that's why this book, that was 400 and about 50-60 pages long, just, it killed me. Like, I was just like, what is this? I almost guessed all the plot twists. I mean, it's a fairy tale retelling, how could you not? But I still am on the stand that I like Marissa Meyer's male characters a lot more than her female characters, other than Cinder, because Cinder is amazing. But this book just didn't hit it for me. Now it's not visible because my big head is covering it, but you can see in the background, right beside Six of Crows, that I do have the third book in the series, because that is so highly rated. I think it's either like the best rated in the series or the second best after the last book, Winter, that I was just like, I'm going to finish this series even if I'm gonna give the last two books like 2 or 1 stars. I don't care. I'm finishing this. And also the next book is about a hacker main character, if I remember correctly, and that's interesting, so I gotta pull through. So that was that, but the next book that I read is Agatha Christie's Hickory Dickory Dock. Now after anyone, almost everyone has, I think, read The Orient Express, right? Now maybe if I picked this up before that, I would have kind of liked it, but this was just boring for me. I literally got through it while I was playing Sims. I gave it 3 stars. Can you see a pattern? That pattern is gonna stop at the next book. I'm just spoiler alert. But this book was only about 200 pages, so it's not that big of a deal. But 3 stars. It's not going to be a memorable book for me, but it didn't make me want to rip out the pages and throw it to the wall, unlike, well, yeah. But I guess that's all I can say about this because I don't want to go into spoilers. I don't recommend really Scarlet, but I did kind of love Cinder, so I'm definitely continuing with this series. I don't know. I will look at the ratings before I pick up an Agatha Christie book now, because this was just not it. It's because I can say more about this than Scarlet, because Scarlet is the second book in the series. For those who don't know, actually the Lunar Chronicles are fairy tale retellings, and first one is about Cinderella, and who is a mechanic who has to fix the prince's robot, and then things spiral out of control while there's a virus going on, and it was weird to read about a virus in a virus. So yeah, but this book, because I can say more about this book is about a kind of college dorm, I guess you could say, and it's a Poirot book. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry. The secretary, I think, of Poirot has a sister, and the sister is kind of not the headmistress, but a rank after that of this dorm, and well, there's a murder in the dorm, and they have to figure out who did it. Mr. Thriller. Yeah. 3 stars. I'm really trying to stay little about these books because I know I will ramble about the next book for a good 10 minutes, probably. So the next book and last book that I read in June was, drumroll please, Crooked Kingdom. This is the collector's edition because, you know, I had the Six of Crows collector's edition, and how can I not buy this? It looks so amazing. I love it. I give this book 5 stars, and I was like, I might give Six of Crows 4 stars because this is so much more amazing, but then I was just like, I loved Six of Crows too much not to give it 5 stars, so this is 6 stars. 6 or 7 stars, like out of 5, you know. But this baby. For those who haven't read Six of Crows, what are you doing with your life? I'm sorry. But Six of Crows is a darker YA fantasy with a heist plot, and found family and just amazing characters in general. So just give it a try. Like, the first 100 pages might be a bit hard to get through because it's world building and character building, but in a fantasy, what else do you expect? So if you get through that, you're basically good, because there's really hard to find like a bad review of Six of Crows. I have managed, but it's really hard to do it. Now, Crooked Kingdom went up, like, just went a little further. From the first book, the only thing I kind of missed was a little more of Catterdam, because I have an obsession with that city. It's just, it seems so weirdly just beautiful, and I just want to live there. But so Crooked Kingdom more so focuses on the city, and I loved it, loved and lived for it. So there is a saying that I've seen kind of in the Six of Crows fandom, is just like, oh, is this a plot twist? No, it just Kaz is planning. And maybe I spoiled a bit of the book, but like, Kaz is the amazing mastermind that I wish to become. Like, there is a reason why really the only merch I bought from books is Six of Crows cards. Hello? Like, I cannot go further and further about how much I love this series and its characters. I want to get into spoilers about this book, so if you don't want to hear that, please click to my final thoughts, or just exit the video if you wish to. But I would really appreciate it if you watched it all the way, because it gives more, attention, and maybe YouTube algorithm would be good on me and push it out more. But let's get into spoilers. Spoiler warning. I'm saying this a few times so you can click off or jump to the final thoughts of mine, but this is spoilers. Okay, so let's get right into it. For one, I mentioned in my Six of Crows review that I did not like Inej that much, and that still hasn't changed, but I like her a bit more now. Like a teeny tiny bit. Because she had some badass moments in this book, but at the same time she was being so stupid, in my opinion, about her and Kaz's relationship, which I kind of like the fluffy scenes between them, the bandaging scene, the last scene in the book before the Pekka Rowling's chapter, but I still don't really understand their relationship, and I don't think I'll ever will. But let's talk about my favorite couple for a second. I waited about 800 or 900 pages to get my Jasper and Wylan kiss. I mean, yes, that's all I'm gonna say. It's just, it was worth it. It was worth it. Oh my god. And let's talk about the saddest thing about this book, which is the reason I cried on it, and I finally understand why people cry on this book. Chapter 38, 39 and 40 are gonna be the death of me forever. So, like, I knew going into this book that someone's gonna die. Like, it was pretty clear. For one, this was supposed to be kind of the conclusion. And we all know if there's a conclusion, usually someone dies. But other than that, I've heard booktubers talking about this book, and everyone's like, it broke them and something. So I was just like, there's gonna be a major character death. At first, I was expecting maybe a Jasper Wylan standoff, which I would have been really saddened by, because I want that to work. But once I got about 100 pages in, I kind of noticed the signs that I knew who was gonna go. It didn't mean I still didn't break me, because it did, but I cried about for like a solid 5 minutes. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I like their relationship. I don't like the character that much, but I love their relationship. It's Matthias I'm talking about. Because it's a spoiler section, I can say this. Matthias dies in this book. Well, yeah. Um, and what people have pointed out to me that I didn't actually catch. I don't know why I'm holding it like this. I just love looking at it in the camera. Oh, shiny it is and everything. But people pointed out that in the 40th chapter, there's a part when he's literally slipping away. And his last chapter is basically just, I dream about her again, or when I dreamed of her, referring to Nina, or something like that. And people pointed out that that was the first sentence of his first chapter in Six of Crows. And I mean, just Libar Dugo, just like much wow. Like, you're amazing. I love your work. But this bitch broke me. And yeah. So I guess one more thing before I end the spoiler section. This book had a Pekka Rollins chapter at the end of it, like the other one. And for me, it seemed kind of out of character, but I think the more I think about it, the more sense it makes to me. And Inesh kind of, I think, tried too hard to be a badass, so I don't kind of want that. But what I'm really grateful for, oh, I'll say that in the non-spoiler section, so I guess spoilers over. Got it all done. Now, let me tell you about one or two things about this book that I didn't forget to mention. This book broke me kind of and put me in a reading slump, so thank you very much, Crooked Kingdom. But the other thing is that this collector's edition has a neat feature that I'll try to find in literal seconds. Okay, like it has character art the same way that the last one did. It has character names and their pronunciations for pages on pages. I really like that. I cannot pronounce it even with that, but it's a really neat thing to have in there. I'm sorry, this book is just amazing and everyone should read it, in my opinion. And this video is almost 20 minutes long again. I failed at my job. But I guess that's it for my June wrap up. I hope I'll see you guys later. And have a nice day. Enjoy your whatever meal you're about to have or had or sleep, whenever you are, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.